What's up, everyone? This is Roots of Black once again bringing you the Septuagint. Yes, this is my last video for today. I did 11. I need a break. Voice needs a break. Starting to get a little cracky. Starting to hurt a little bit. So, yeah, as you see the title, you know it's about to go down. This is Septuagint. There is the accordion folder of studying in the background. There is the Septuagint there and my carpet. So, we're going to click here. We're going to, oops, I thought I clicked the middle. Yeah, so click the middle, and we're going to go to Isaiah. I hope they did not break this one. They didn't. This one's going to be a little longer. It's not super, super long, but it's going to be longer. And this is the second book. Second chapter. I think we already did the first one. Let me go look to see if we did the first one or not. No, I don't see chapter one. Okay. No, 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 we did. Okay, so we already did chapter one, so now we're doing chapter two. It seems as if Isaiah and Jeremiah gets pulled a very, very lot. Yeah, those two are the number one and number two. And then Psalms is number three. Of being pulled from the studying guide for the moment. Of course, there's still tons more videos that needs to be made inside of there, but so far at this moment, those are the ones that you see the most of getting pulled. So this is Isaiah's or Isaiah chapter 2. And the word came to Isaiah, son of Amos, concerning Judea, concerning Jerusalem. So, all right, this is go on the screen here. Highlight this. This is about Jerusalem because at the beginning of the prophets, they was all prophesying against you know Israel, the northern kingdom. So now they're prophesying against the southern kingdom. For in the last days the mountain of the Lord shall be glorious, and the house of God shall be on top of the mountains, and it shall be exalted above the hills, and all the nations shall come to it. Okay, so now we're getting an understanding. We're gonna note this one here. Hi. No, I thought it would have changed it. Sometimes it changes it to it when you keep on doing it, but it still said Geos. So I got to take it back. So this is why they knew that the Most High was going to go on all the hilltops, especially in the area where they were, and establish His kingdom there. So that's why they went on every high hill and did this to provoke the Lord, because they knew that's where they was defiling where His holy things. That's what they were doing on purpose too. And it says, and many nations shall go and say, come and let us go up the mountain of the Lord. So you see that there. And the house of God of Jacob, and he will tell us his ways, and we will walk in it. So this is what the nations are going to say, because you already are going to know this, and that's what you're learning now. So this is not the Gentile nations, and Gentiles are different things. So the nations that are there, they're going to go to seek the Lord to understand His ways and His mercy, in order to live long and to stay there and to get the immortality. So we're gonna click on all right there, and it says, "For out of Zion shall go forth the law." So this is afterwards. Let's break this down. Let's note must do the law. See, it's already right there, ready for me. So this is after the end of the revelations. Like what people call the revelations. This is actually real revelations here. So after the Lord established Himself on earth, that then the law is going to go out. So the law is still going to be there. That's why when Gentiles, I always laugh at Gentiles, will say, "Well, I'm a Gentile. I don't have to do the law. But if you're going, everybody's gonna have to do the law. When so I'll set a person. Okay, so right now on earth, while the Messiah and the Most High is not there reigning, yes, you don't have to do the law. But once He reigns, because you keep on saying as a Christian that you want them to come. So once they come, you have to do the law. Everybody's going to do the law. So shouldn't you start doing the law? I mean, this is where you can see people's logic don't work. That they have been handed over to a reprobate mind. That they truly, truly want to believe in their own heart's desires. That's why I said, you know, the man's desires is like a well. Who can know it? That's how deep it is. Like who can know it? Who can understand it? That easily makes sense. That if you if you are under and want to be under the lawgivers, then you're going to have to do the law eventually, right? And the word of the Lord out of Jerusalem. Okay, there it is right there. Once again, note, I'm not telling anyone this out loud on this and that. If you want to know, you can, like I said, you're going to have to text me. You're going to have to write me a note or something. Let's write a note. Ooh, yeah. All right. And he shall be a judge amongst the nations, and he shall rebuke many people, and they shall bear their swords, beat their swords into plowshares. So there's going to be no more war because they're going to be turned into plowshares. They not like little sifts. They're not. They're going to. Like I said, they're going to beat it. They're going to clink it until it turns into something else because there will be no more war. See, like I say, this is the end. You know this. There'll be no more war. And their spears into sickles. So, like I say, there will be no more weapons of war ever again. They're going to be using something else. And the nation shall not take up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. So, like I say, there's going to be peace in the land. This didn't happen yet, so this is future. So, where's the rapture? Hmm? Sure to me, not there. Doesn't exist. This is where's the revelation? Show me revelation saying exactly this. They have portions of it because remember, the New Testament comes from Catholic. Catholic means universal. So everybody's religion is in there, but the overall picture of Revelation is a lie. Just with a bad way to talk about churches, and we know that the Most High, that's not how it works. Like that doesn't make sense at all. I can't believe anybody believes any of that stuff. I understand this, child being indoctrinated in it, but not once somebody snap you and you can look and see that you believe that. That doesn't make sense. So this is being highlighted here. And now, O house of Jacob, come and let us walk in the light of the Lord. So this is where it's being discussed. Of now you're about to walk in the light of the Lord. For he has forsook his people, the house of Israel, because their land is filled as the beginnings with divinations and the land of the Philistines. So this is why this is one of those verses where the whole thing can be highlighted. If not, it might be. And many strange children were born to them. Oh, yep, yep. Note. Okay, so I'm not telling you that. That's another thing that will have to be private stuff. For the land is filled with silver and gold, and there was no number of their treasures. And their land is also filled with horses, and there was no number of their chariots. And the land is filled with abominations, even the works of their hands, and they have worshipped the works which their fingers made. So they like, how do you worship your creation? That doesn't even make sense. And the mean men bowed down, and the great men were humbled, and I will not pardon them. So, like I say, they won't be pardoned for this. Like like we're gonna toss out your stuff. No, you're not gonna be pardoned. There's no pardon. They were gonna die or they're going to work this off. I'm just letting you know that. Now therefore enter ye until the rocks, and hide yourself in the earth for the fear of the Lord, and by the reason of the glory of his might, and he shall arise to strike terribly the earth. So he's gonna this is what it's gonna reel back as a drunkard. The earth is gonna go to and fro. For the eyes of the Lord are high, but man is low. And we're on the ground, and we don't even think about it. And the haughtiness of men shall be brought low, and the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day. So like alone. He says alone, alone. I like alone. For the day of the Lord of hosts shall be upon everyone that is proud and haughty, and upon everyone that is high and towering, and they shall be brought down. So, okay, this is the great and terrible day of the Lord here that he's discussing that seems like it's coming very soon. It's terrible. That day is going to be terrible. So, this is going to be highlighted. And upon every cedar of Lebanon. All right, so we're going to note, we're going to type in giants. Giants. So right there, all of them that are high and towering upon every oak of Basin. These are all the giants there. And upon every high mountain, and upon every hill, and upon every high tower, and upon every high wall, and upon every ship of the sea, and upon every displaying of fine ships, and every man shall be brought low, and the pride of men shall fail, and the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day. So there's another one there. And they shall hide all idols made with hands, having carried them into caves and into the clefts of the rock, into the caverns of the earth, for the fear of the Lord, and by the reason of the glory of his might, when he shall arise to strike terribly the earth. For in that day a man shall cast forth his silver and gold abominations, which they have made in order to worship vanities. So, this is the end that someone has made silver and gold and vanities. You already know this, all the Jesus pieces and everything else. We're gonna highlight this here. So, and they're wearing the silver and gold everywhere. Jesus pieces, crosses. I mean, you just name it. All the idol worship, demon stuff. It's all through there, which they have made in order to worship vanities. So that's what they made them for. And bats in order and to enter into the caverns of solid rock, and to the clefts of rock, for the fear of the Lord, and by reason of the glory of his might, when he shall arise to strike terribly the earth. Like I say, this is the great and terrible day of the Lord. All right, so we're going to note this the great and terrible day of the this is what they call it, but the Most High. But I'm going to call it like it is. It's the rise to strike the earth. So as you see here, this is a chapter where you can pretty much highlight almost the whole chapter because it's that deep. It's really really getting into a lot of stuff. As you can see, I don't want to do too much discussing of this here because I'm not going to say all this stuff out loud because I may slip and I may get a beating for explaining things that I'm not supposed to be explaining to you, especially out loud for the whole earth to see. That's not how it's supposed to be. It says many are called, few are chosen. You're supposed to go into thy closet and pray. You're not supposed to pray like the heathen in the church for everyone to do this, which means that a lot of stuff is supposed to be secret. I'm not supposed to tell you everything. Some of the stuff you have to learn on your own intimately with the Most High. But I will give you snippets of stuff privately. I won't do it publicly. I mean, I just even though there's only, just like I said, like 80 people that's watching on a constant basis, I still don't want to do that because first of all, I get beaten speaking out of turn. I don't, and I don't want to get either one of them. I don't want that to happen. I don't want to speak out of turn, and I don't want to get beaten. So This one right here, I advise everyone to go over, Isaiah 2. I don't care how many times you have to go over this. You don't even have to use my voice. Just do it yourself. How many times you have to go over this, but you need to get this here because I mean it's so much gems in here. It says shall be exalted above the hills, and nations shall come. This is why I gave you one of the secrets there that upon every hill is where high hill where all the wickedness went. But they already knew that that's what the Lord, because He always told them what He was going to do, that that's where He's going to establish His foundation there. So that's why they made sure that they did the wickedness on the high hill. So that's why they have to be doubly punished and super punished for this. Intentionally provoking him as if he can't see. So one of the other verses they talked about that if you go under the sea away from my presence. So that means that I'm just going by what he says, that he doesn't have a presence in the deep, not the ocean. We know he has a presence there, but in the deep where Leviathan lives, the serpent with the I was about to say something. So where Leviathan lives with the sharp teeth and the jaws that you know that are strong as walls, brazen as walls, the scales, nothing can penetrate them. So when you think of that there, like, is Leviathan his eyes down there? Because he said he commanded the serpent to bite. So these are stuff that we don't know because we're not supposed to know everything. Lord, I'm not. I know I'm not, but we are because of King Solomon, and he turned his back on the Lord that he said to never do that again. So you just have to start getting all of this here of how the Most High works and the things He said, that all this is connection to each other. I'm just trying to see what else can be brought out of here. And it says, many nations shall go and say, come, let us go up to the mountains of the Lord. So, they did all the bad stuff on the high hills. Now all the Lord's going to establish all of His great stuff on the high hills. So everybody's going to want to come to the high hills to learn the righteousness that the earth could have had if we didn't mess up. So this is the manna from heaven. Hallelujah.